I'll record.
Everything, everything. This is awesome. So thanks for doing this. I think we're gonna have some great questions. All right, we're gonna have
Well,
some fun with
I'm
this.
excited. I'm
There
excited.
you go. There you go. We were just talking about marketing, and yeah, you've got to have a sizzle reel. You've got to have some video where people are going to, show me, what you've done in the past. Um, so yeah, that's a big part of it too. But I've got a book. I've got a really good bio, and then it's the interview. If you can get the interview, I think generally I do well when I get the interview process happening.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's one of the mistakes I made is I didn't video enough of my past presentations. So I'm obsessed now, making sure that I get it all on video.
Yeah, and you're trying to grow more on a certain platform, more than
LinkedIn, are you talking about LinkedIn?
yeah, LinkedIn or Instagram.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've realized over the last few months as a speaker and a presenter, a facilitator, trainer, is my audience is on LinkedIn.
Mm.
I was doing all kinds of educational content on Instagram, and I was like nothing. I was not getting anything, one or two comments, a few likes. And then I started posting educational content, but more like natural, in a natural way. Like, oh my God, you know what I just found out? And then I would post that. And people are like, oops, all of a sudden I get a few more likes.
Hmm.
But for me, it's not really how it doesn't work. But when I do the same thing on LinkedIn, then I get DMs and people are
Yeah.
like, hey, yeah, exactly. So I just do Instagram as a fun thing. It's just oh, look at this cool little funny video that Martin did, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sell anything. I'm not going to push anything on Instagram. It just doesn't seem to be working for me. And maybe it does for other people, but
Mm.
not for what I do. But
Yeah.
if I do the same thing on LinkedIn, people will DM me and they'll be like, "Oh man, I want to know more about this." Emotional intelligence, speaking, public speaking, getting on stages. People seem to be more connected with that if I post on LinkedIn.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And you still go to Toastmasters.
I do.
You,
Toastmasters is the foundation for everything. So, for example, the last couple of years, I was doing a lot of teaching,
yeah.
and I found that my speaking skills kind of diminished a little bit
Huh.
because teaching is teaching. It's one thing, and it became academic.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I did a couple of corporate speaking gigs, and I was like, and I wasn't connecting
Mm.
because I wasn't telling stories. I wasn't using humor. I wasn't just just being a bit more Martin, just being a little bit more out there and being more loose and relaxed,
Yeah.
and then I became nervous, and then I got into my head. So yeah, so then I went back to Toastmasters to just kind of, all right, let's get back to the gym. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really helped a lot. It's really helped a lot.
Wow. Because
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, I'm trying to step into Keynote, and I was thinking of stepping back from Toastmasters just because of maybe the amount of time that would take me. And I was thinking, oh, should I pay my dues for the upcoming period or not? And now you're telling me that's where you practice, that's where you get back into the groove. Maybe it's worth.
It's like the gym. It's like the gym. I will go there and I'll test some stuff.
Mm-mm.
Now, to be open and frank, there's Toastmasters speaking and there's real world speaking.
Yeah.
So what will work in Toastmasters quite often will not work in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that a lot of Toastmasters might be listening to this right now, and that might hurt a little bit. They're like, but that's okay. That's just world life experience, right? So why would I keep going to Toastmasters? Because it forbids me from being shy. It makes sure that I am not insecure. It helps me deal with my nerves, all that psychological stuff that people go through before they speak. I get rid of that at Toastmasters. I go up and I do my thing. It's good, it's bad, it's ridiculous, it's embarrassing. Doesn't matter. I dealt with it at Toastmasters. So that when I go into the real world, I was like, I've already dealt with those emotions
Yeah.
and I can deal with it. I'm okay with it. Um, so does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does. It's like your training ground.
It's my training ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see it.
exactly.
I can see it. Although I would think that maybe your comedy or stand-up might have been your training ground.
It really was. And I think that's when I look back on my career, when I was doing more conferences and seminars and workshops, the comedy. the comedy background really helped. I never was nervous in front of an audience. I got rid of all that psychological stuff. And maybe even I might have become overconfident, and that can really hurt you. And then once I slowed down on the comedy side, I was doing comedy hypnosis shows. Once that slowed down, all of a sudden I felt like, oh, I'm nervous. I'm not so secure anymore. I'm not, I didn't feel myself. And that's when I went back to Toastmasters to go, all right, let's get rid of all that anxious, nervous energy that really doesn't serve anybody.
Mm,
Um, so yeah, the comedy days really did help out when I was really like going hard into the whole comedy thing and the whole corporate speaking thing.
yeah. There's something that I noticed with myself was I think ever since I've joined Toastmasters, I've always been performative and not as much natural. And this is what I'm trying to change, to switch, to be less performative and more myself. And even when in my storytelling, I'm trying to become a better storyteller. That's my
Yeah.
number one aim right now. And I think that I'm trying to get rid of that performative side and be more natural. Is that something that you noticed?
Yeah, you know what? You're really bright, bright young man. That is a really good analysis, and I'm glad that you noticed that.
Mm,
Um, with Toastmasters, it's performative. It's like, they're always talking about your hands and hmm, how did you use the stage, which is important. It's important, but it's very performative.
mm,
In the real world, when you get out there, it's connection.
yeah.
It's connection. Are you using, and I like to talk about energy a lot. And I know that it sounds soft, and people listening to this might be like, that energy, that's so woo-wooey. But when I talk about energy, I mean that passion, that desire, that like I'm going to get you to listen to this, and I'm going to get you to understand my point. Like that, it's I don't mean to look like angry when I say that, but it's that ultimate passion and desire to get your point across to really help somebody. I was on a call last night with a client, and um, she was just saying like I'm not connecting, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And I said, well, your energy right now, it's almost like whether I connect or not connect is I don't really care. I don't see your passion in your desire to connect with me or with an audience. You know, um, once I started and yeah, once I started thinking like if I don't give them my content, I'm doing them a disfavor. Like it's my responsibility, and that's how serious I take it. It's my responsibility to teach you how to be really great on stage. That's my sole purpose on the planet. Is like you need to understand this. If you're going to connect with an audience, you need to do these X amount of things, and you'll connect. Earlier, you and I were talking about humor.
Hmm.
And with my background in doing comedy, stage hypnosis shows, and a little bit of stand-up comedy, man, you learn how to connect with 250 or 600 people really quickly, and you learn how to manage that environment very quickly. You learn that an audience has a personality,
Yeah.
and that I still haven't figured out why, but why is an audience they're uptight,
Uh-huh.
or they're super fun, they're super excited, or they're angry, or there just seems to be like on a Friday night, I'll have an audience and they're all like, "Ooh, they're tense, man. This is a weird vibe." And the very next night, same location, same thing, but everybody's chill. What happened? I
Hmm.
don't know, but you got to deal with that audience. So
Wow.
somehow you need to figure out a way to get that energy across and have that desire that says, if I don't give you my best, I'm doing you a disfavor. If I don't teach you something, I'm doing you a big disfavor.
100%. And that crowd work, it took some time for you to get used to.
Yeah, absolutely. So what happens in Toastmasters? And I feel like we're I want to be clear. Toastmasters is great. I've been part of Toastmasters for over 20 years, on
Wow.
and off. I go back in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
It's like going to the gym. Oh, okay. I really need to go back to the gym. I go to Toastmasters. Um, and so the crowd work happens in the real world because that's when you have to tell the crowd, raise your hand if you believe this. Raise your hand if you think that. Have you ever experienced that? Oh, you have? Tell me about that. Lady in the red over there, you said yes when I asked that question. What's your experience? I'll give you 30 seconds. Crowd work.
Hmm.
Toastmasters doesn't do that, right? Unless you're an advanced Toastmasters. I do it in my club, and my club will often go, oh, like we don't do that here. Like we should
Okay.
do more of that,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So it's important that do it at your club, man. If they're not doing it, like just say, guys, we need to do something different. That's more world or real world stuff. Because in the real world, you gotta constantly be using and working with the crowd constantly. If you're talking for 8 to 10 minutes without audience interaction in the real
Oh,
world, it's a fail.
yeah, you lose them.
You lose them. You gotta be like, stand up, raise your hands, wave. Exactly. You know what's what. You've been there.
Yeah. So I guess you've talked to a lot of people. You've done a lot of keynotes and even training. How do you remember people's names? Do you have a
I don't.
technique?
I don't. I don't. I'm really good. And my wife will say this all the time. Like, we'll run into a former student of mine or somebody that I did some work with. And it happened last week. Guy named Daniel. We met 6 months ago at an event and we shook hands, totally connected, got along, all this fun stuff. And I ran into him last week and I'm looking at him. I'm like, I feel like I should know this guy. He's like, Martin, how's it going? And I'm like, hey, bud, high five, big hug, like, pretend to have this great conversation. I have no idea who he is, but I
Oh, wow.
feel like I should know this guy.
Yeah.
I'm 59. You know what I'm saying? Like it, and I have met so many, well over 5,000 people and blah, blah, blah. So it's not like it used to be. And I wish I had a better memory for these things, but I've learned to cope with it. And now I'm at the point to where I just tell people, hey man, I'm really sorry. Like
You forgot the name. Yeah.
I just can't, and people are so forgiving.
Yeah, 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 that's true.
Don't worry about it. I get it. So if you're honest with them and you put on a big smile and you just apologize, people
Yeah,
are nice. People are all, I've never had anyone say, well, oh, uh, never happened. I'm so sorry. You got to help me out here. I can't remember.
yeah. Well, one
And
thing
usually like 10 minutes later, it's like, oh yeah, no, it's all coming back to me. So yeah.
I do is whenever I meet someone new, immediately after my conversation, after I leave, I take out my phone, my notes app. I have a huge list of people, and I know the little details about them, what they
Yeah.
told me. That's how I do it.
That's going to come back to you tenfold. Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah. Oh,
Good,
you
good.
do that on your.
I'm starting to I have like 6 of these books right now going. Good idea. And imagine what that'll do for your networking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And at this stage of your career, like you're really getting started. And for you to book this call and have this conversation, I was wondering, I said, I wonder if he's going to try to sell me something, or if he's going to just be good and like find out, like, what we can learn from each other, which is
Definitely.
so important because I know that I'm going to reach out to you in the future when somebody says, I need a tech guy. I don't want to do any more tech talks. I just don't, right? But I'll say, I know the guy. I've got the guy for you. Irfan's the man, right?
And what I
And
tell people is an ear and a fan.
yeah, yeah, you're right. Exactly. That's a good way to remember it too. Let me write that down. But like now that we made this connection, and I get that conversation a few times a year, I need a tech guy. Now I've got my guy. He's an engineer. Come on, right? And now I know you can speak. I know you can have a conversation. I know you're mature. You're my guy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
It'll work.
I'm trying to get my first keynote in. I'm trying to. That's my next objective is to write my first keynote. I don't have it yet. I'm in the
Yeah.
process of doing that.
Do you have a website?
No, but I do have like a landing page on my Instagram page, like a
Okay.
page where we can see my services, but no, not a website.
Do you um do you have do you okay, I use something called Hostinger.
Okay.
And that is an AI tool and it built my website in a weekend. And all I did was I just wrote in prompts, upload this picture. I need a website for a professional speaker. And it walked me through the whole process. And now I just do minor tweaks. And I buy credits every month. I buy credits so that it lets me make changes every month.
Okay.
Uh, I highly recommend it. Hostinger doesn't pay me, but I was so impressed when I was on ChatGPT and I was like, I need a new website. I don't want to code. I'd like help me. And it
Hmm.
just said, try Hostinger. And I called a couple of friends of mine. I said, "Hey, what do you guys think?" And they were like, "Use Hostinger, and you'll have a website up and running,
How do you
on the
spell it?
weekend." Yeah.
How
I'm
do you
sorry.
spell, how do you spell it?
Hostinger.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link,
Okay, sweet.
and
Okay, I'll do that.
you'll have your website. I start, and the beautiful thing is that I was like, I need a blogging website. Beautiful. It's done. And then you make tweaks to it. And then I was like, no, delete. I need a speaking website. Done. I was like, this is unbelievable. This is
Yeah.
and I can sell on that website. I can do financial transactions on the
Oh
website.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. So highly recommend it. I still think, the internet's not what it used to be. It used to be like you had to have a website. If you didn't have a website, you weren't in business.
Yeah.
So you're smart. If you just have a landing page
Mm-hmm.
that describes what you do, and that's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's good enough. And it's cheap. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, it's free, and the only thing I had to pay was to upload like a video bigger than the
Yeah.
allowed thing.
Yeah.
So
Do you have a YouTube channel?
yes.
Okay, good. Uh, just re I think people underutilize YouTube. That's just my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so, though. People still go to YouTube quite a bit to
Mm,
search, especially for speakers, obviously, right? Uh, I think I think it's underutilized.
mm,
But the other thing too that I would tell somebody just getting started in this business is get a studio and have somebody interview you,
okay.
and then just use that clip of you being interviewed.
Mm,
And what I saw a young man doing recently, and I can't remember his name. I wish I could. Somebody interviewed him, and it's just a nice do. There's flowers and there's nice lighting, whatever. But the only thing you hear is him answering.
oh,
So maybe the interviewer said, "How did you get started?" But you won't hear that.
oh, okay.
All you hear is, "Here's how I got started," and then it talks about that.
Uh-huh.
And maybe the interview said, "Tell me a great story about someone who inspired you." And all you hear is, I got a great story about someone who inspired me." And you can use that clip over and over and over. If they interview you for like an hour, man, you've got hours of material there that you
Yeah,
can
that's
just
good.
put on LinkedIn
That's
over
good.
and over. I've been doing a lot of talking, and I would like to actually, do you have a few more minutes where we can put it
No,
about
I
you?
do. I do. I do.
Yeah, I
Just
think people need to hear you talking. So what do you do? Like what kind of speaking do you want to do?
I want to target, well, for now, not speaking about the training that you gave me an idea now, that maybe I'll think about that. But my aim was to develop a keynote speech, um, go to conferences or get invited or host an event, have a keynote speech about the importance of communication to technical people, and
Good,
then from that, sell my coaching program.
good. So if I'm a conference person, how would I find you?
If you're a conference, that's my next as well. My next aim is to find conferences where I can be invited or be a part of.
Okay, so you want to pitch them.
Yeah.
And that's fair. That's good. That's what we do. We're in sales. People say, "Oh, he's a speaker." No, man, I'm in sales.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go out there and close people. So your big thing then is you need to be seen with a microphone, like have somebody interview you, be on podcasts. I'm going to have you on my podcast, and we're just going to interview you, and then you'll have endless clips on that. Um, LinkedIn. Are you active on LinkedIn?
Yes. I put
Good.
on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Now, how active are you on LinkedIn? Is it one post per day? Is it two per week? Like, what's your strategy there?
Once a week. I do more on Instagram. I've been doing two a week on Instagram, one
Okay.
on LinkedIn.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
I am hearing, and I'm sort of in that discovery phase. I am hearing that the algorithm has changed a lot.
Mm,
I am doing some research on this. I am connecting with a guy named Earl, who is apparently the king of this stuff. And I shouldn't say apparently, he is the king of this kind of stuff.
yeah.
He's got a mastermind, anyways, whatever. And he's here in Vancouver, and he says post every day,
Mm,
multiple times a day on LinkedIn, on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
It used to be once a week or twice a week. Otherwise, the algorithm will work against you. Apparently, that's no longer the case. It's not true. Post like crazy.
Mm,
Um, and get people to comment. And we all know that. Like ask them to comment. Apparently that works really well with the algorithm. I have noticed that it works for me. The more I post on LinkedIn, the more responses I get. The
yeah.
more, and my friends have been telling me like they're seeing my posts constantly.
Hmm.
So something for you to consider
Okay. Okay.
is just posting more often. Educational content. Just give.
Yeah.
Just, oh, you know what? I just found this out, or I find this really helpful. And pictures of you. Every post has to have a picture. I've noticed that every time I do that, I get way more
Mm,
responses. You probably know this already, but
definitely.
it's something I'm just finding out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting so much more feedback on that.
100%. Yeah.
It's good
Although
stuff.
with LinkedIn, it's mostly the people in your circle, in your same circle, who are sort of liking. But there's one guy who I follow on LinkedIn. His name is Louis Butterfield. He's from Vancouver actually. He's what's it called? What he offers is helping people on LinkedIn get better at videos, making better videos. And his videos are absolutely funny. Nothing to do with professionalism. You would nothing is professional, but it is. He talks about the business, the mindset, how he gets leads, and everything. His offer is helping people get leads through videos. And where I forgot where I was going with this, but his videos are really interesting,
Yeah.
out of this world, completely different from what we usually post. Oh yeah, that's what he said. What he does, he's done lives where invited people from other industry experts, basically.
Yeah.
There's someone called, let's say, Lara Acosta. I'm not sure if you know her. And he invited her over, and his account blew up, started blowing up. And that's what works on LinkedIn, by inviting people who are not in your circle,
Yeah.
industry experts, do an interview, do a podcast, do a live, and people are going to like, comment, and that's how you grow your audience on LinkedIn.
Well, look at what we're doing right now. Like this is going to be incredible. I'm going to post this, I'm going to split this up into a whole bunch of little links, a whole bunch of smaller videos rather. And I think it's going to help you. It's going to help me.
Mhm, for sure.
Um, And I'm writing down the names of the people here. I've never heard of Lewis Butterfield, so that's good stuff right there.
I'll send you his account.
That's okay. I'll look it up. So, are you willing to travel?
Yeah, I'm willing to travel.
Yeah. Look at stuff. Look at work as being an MC.
Oh my God, I was just talking about this to someone else.
How do you feel about that?
I like being well, at Toastmasters. I like being the Toastmasters of the day. So I would love to do that.
Yeah, there's work there.
Yeah.
There's work there. This is what before we started to record this, I'm what I really love about our business is that you can there's money to be made in different areas. Of course, you want to be focused on your thing, talking with tech people, or yeah, talking communications with tech people. There's a big business there. But there's room that you can say, well, I'll MC your event, I'll do this, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I've MC'd like I don't even know how many hockey tournaments. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Small kids, little hockey tournament. I've MC'd corporate events, summer parties. Um, and it's like, what? How much? Okay, I'll take that. And you just get better because of it. You just learn to relax and interact with the audience.
100%.
So I think it's just that's a great idea. Look into that. I just applied yesterday to MC some stuff for a company, and
Okay.
they got back to me last night. They're like, all right, we need to talk today, as a matter of fact. So
How
um,
do you reach out to them? Are those entertainment companies, for example?
there's a ton of entertainment companies. You're in Montreal. That's entertainment capital. Edmonton, Toronto, sorry, Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver. A
Hmm.
lot of entertainment. So reach out to an agency.
Okay.
When I started doing comedy hypnosis shows, I reached out to a guy in Vancouver. I lived in Edmonton at the time, but his name or his agency kept coming up when I would do some research. I called him and I said, look, I'm new. I'm just getting started in this whole comedy thing. And he's like, I'll book you in the worst bars ever. In the worst, but you'll at least get to develop your material.
Yeah.
And, like sometimes it'll be 10 people, but it doesn't matter. And that's what we did for about 2 or 3 years. I worked in bars that had like 13 people in it, like 7 people were wasted and 3 people were making out. Like it was just crazy. It was insane. But I got paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I developed my skill set, my ability to interact with audiences in places that nobody knew about. So it didn't matter if I failed, and I failed a lot. But I fell forward. You know, if you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
Darren LaCroix, world champion of public speaking, he says fall forward because when you get up, you still made progress. You know?
Yeah. That's
And
true.
so for me that was pivotal. And so by the time I was in year 3, year 4 of doing the comedy stuff, man, I had worked on my material, and I was now the audiences were bigger, a university crowd, a corporate crowd,
Wow.
crushing it because I had done all that stuff in bars that nobody'd ever heard of, so it didn't really matter.
Oh,
So
that's pretty cool. Okay.
yeah, find an agent, see if he can help you get booked. But they're going to ask for a sizzle reel, they're going to ask for a website, they're going to ask for a YouTube channel. So there's some back end work that you need to do.
Okay.
And if I can give you a little tip on this one, that's all work that needs to get done at night and on the weekends. Because during the day, you got to be talking to people, right?
Yeah.
So whenever I coach or mentor speakers, I'm like, daytime is for conversations, nighttime is for tech work. It's is for the back emails, responding to emails. That's after hours,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you were talking about the YouTube, and one thing that I want to do right now, I'm doing short videos, but I want to be able to do long videos, long
Yeah.
format, because
Yeah.
this is where the people will be able to identify with your personality, like you, and trust you more. And then
Yeah.
if you're able to capture their attention throughout an entire, I don't know, 10-minute video, then you are good with speaking in front of the camera.
Yeah. 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 So one of my mentors said that focus on shorts, lots and lots of shorts, like
Okay.
80/20,
Okay.
the 80/20 rule. 80% shorts, 20% longer, like longer than 10-minute videos, because you capture their attention. I think you got it right. Let's capture their attention on these short videos, and every once in a while you drop a longer educational video. Don't give away your content too much. Just
Mhm.
again, it's all about building interest.
Yeah.
But and ever since I started doing that, I'm getting a lot more interest. A ton of shorts, a ton of shorts. Um, and then yeah, that'll build a nice little following. See, you're lucky. You've got a great technical skill set.
Hmm.
You can talk tech language, and I think people love that. I think they're like, that's a very specific thing. I need to learn that very specific skill set that maybe not a lot of people have. And
Hmm.
that's going to come back to you. You just got to keep working it. And
Yeah.
you'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah. I feel like right now it's chaotic because
Yeah.
ever since I got laid off, I've been keeping myself busy, but my mind is going in so many directions. Like you have, I mean, probably know, like marketing, sales, trying to get ads. Now, and I'm gonna try MC. I want to try what is it called? Stand up. I want to grow my social media, and I'm trying to get a job. I've been stretched thin.
Oh yeah. Welcome to our world, man.
Yeah.
Welcome. But you're doing it right, in my opinion, because you're busy. I know so many speakers who are like, I don't even know what to do.
Mm,
I don't even know where to begin.
mm,
You're like, all right, I'm going to work on my YouTube channel. I'm going to work on my shorts. I'm
yeah.
going to work on, I'm going to see. I divide my day up like this. I'm going to spend an hour talking to you today.
Mhm.
All right. And I'm going to spend an hour creating 2 short videos. All right. And I try to stay as disciplined as I can because
Yeah.
it's very easy for us to just be like, oh, what about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where the hard work comes in. That's why I never, all of my, when I'm not working with clients, I'm like, no, this will be after 5 o'clock, or this is work for the weekend. If I cannot be talking to somebody, that's weekend work.
Mm,
If I'm going to be uploading videos, well, that's tonight. It's after 5 o'clock. That's when I upload videos.
yeah.
Um, Social media is a lot of it is after hours. And people will say, well, the algorithm wants you to do it at 8 a.m. I'm not sure about that anymore. I had released a video just as a test on LinkedIn at 2 a.m. a few nights ago, and I got a ton of response.
Oh wow.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
That's
you
pretty good.
know, I just say, just get it out there.
Yeah,
Something's better than nothing. And I understand strategy, do it strategically, yes. But right now, you need to be releasing content. You need to be telling the world that I'm here.
that's
You
true.
need to be recognized. You need to be seen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not going to work for you. So do whatever it takes to be seen,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
people will see value in what you do, and you'll be okay.
Wow, that was a really great advice, Martin. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm so glad that we connected, and let's keep the conversation going.
Sure, for sure.
Anytime you want to talk and you just want to have a quick like session, my friend, my phone's open to you anytime. Anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll send you the recording. I'll send you like what's it called? The not Dropbox. I think it's Dropbox. The
However you do it, yeah.
yeah,
Some people use Dropbox or Google or like Google. But
WeTransfer. There you go. WeTransfer.
there you go.
Yeah, I'll send you the video by WeTransfer. Okay.
Awesome,
It's a
my friend.
pleasure.
Good
Maybe
luck to you.
we'll meet someday. Then, if you come by here anytime, if I do come over in Vancouver, I'll let you know.
Man, you let me know. We'll go out and have a nice dinner.
For sure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll talk soon, my friend. You take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.